going on, everybody? I'm gonna sing you a little song, cause why not?
Oh,
It's
yeah, there you
Friday, and
go.
I need to be here. No, but welcome to episode 78 of For No Particular Reason. I am
Mhm.
Kerri Lewis, my co-host Yanko Yankov, and we really show up here every Friday to have a conversation for, well, no particular reason. So on this Friday, full transparency, I am in a state of physical exhaustion. So we'll see how this conversation comes and goes and transpires. What's up with you,
Mm.
Yanko?
I'm just excited to be here. I don't know. Lately, I've been in a high energy, high spirit, excited about the life in the world and everyone in it. And, here we are, another Friday. Let's go.
I mean, in the infamous words of Nana Ajman, let's fucking
That's
go. That
right.
was
That's
definitely
right.
what you had to
It-
say.
It's very catchy though.
Yes. Well, it comes from a place of pure joy. And, I love when he says that because I feel just the overwhelming excitement and just, yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah. So, what's going on with you this week? You said you went fishing and then you supported an individual going live. That's awesome. I love hearing that you're in service.
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm trying. It just happens.
That is
Like
true
life
at times.
happens. Yeah, I mean, if it's we talked about it and it sounded like a fun thing, and I was like, let's go, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So I don't know. I mean, I realize that I can be at like nonstop fun, but if something funny comes in and something that brings me more joy, why not? Like let's do it. Let's do the next more fun thing to do. How about that?
100%. Did you say life can't be nonstop fun or can?
It can, but
Yeah.
there
No,
is there is like a space in between, so it's like right when you feel like, oh, it's no more fun, but then the next thing it's there, so there's
yeah. Well,
always.
if you're open to it. So I was just telling you offline, I was at the courthouse yesterday where there's a lot of dense energy. I mean, I I thoroughly enjoyed watching these experiences play out like this force against another force and like the person trying to really fight for their rights and the other person and it was just so fascinating to be able to bear witness to this because at one point in this lifetime that was me. I had to prove that I was right. I had to defend my position. I blah blah blah. But just to watch the fanaticism, like the frantic energy that exists in that was fun. But also I took in my surroundings. It's a beautiful building. They had marble stairs. I was sitting on these different stone benches. And so I took the time to run up the stairs with my friend. I took the time to color. I made, actually, do I have it? I made a really fun little origami thing with a
Oh,
rainbow
that's
and
nice. Yeah.
balloons and whatever, and I truly be I had the best time in a former understanding of mine I would have been miserable. So yeah, we always have the opportunity to have fun and joy. It's just what you make of it.
Right, it's a choice, and
It
it's
is.
always there. But I'm glad you brought in this watching the play itself. Uh, it's um, like the Matryoshka dolls. It's nested within. It's the movie within the movie put in the movie.
Oh, you know, it's
And you're
so
watching yourself watching the movie, the play's
yeah.
on, and then the movie it's like playing, and it's really exciting.
Well, you know what I found fascinating? Oh, we got our beautiful Gail Craft in Denver today. Well, you know
No,
the
no,
Dilly. If you want to jump in, jump in. And if you're just observing to send us love, I receive it and I extend it right back to you because I love you very much, Gail. Um, but going back to, so I was laughing because I'm sitting there having a grand old time and I ran into an old high school, like a guy I went to high school with. And this is me and my savior character, right? Like, and I totally get it because it's me. I have come to realize that I like to be of service, and I'm totally fine with that. I whip out the
but
map of consciousness and I look deadpan at him and I'm like, see this? You operate in pride. You're so worried about what everybody thinks about you that you're not even making a choice that is in the highest good for anybody. You're just trying to control. This man hasn't seen me in 30 something years, and that's what I was called to share with him. But I'm watching him disparage, you know, the mother of his children, and I'm like, well, you realize that like you created this reality so you can get out of it. But he didn't want to hear that, and that's fine. I just went along my way. And my friend said to me, he was like, does it bother you when people can't? I was like, absolutely not. If I was called to share it, I'm going to share it, but I don't make up a story
right,
how it was supposed to land or what that
yeah,
I felt like I needed to, and now I'm gonna keep it pushing. And then I
right,
had a
right.
great beet salad. So shout out to you, my amazing friend Tim, for buying me a beet salad because I love beets.
That sounds like an amazing story. But to go back to the movie watching thing, when you watch it, you don't have to play any kind of character. You realize you're the character, and you don't have to play any kind of character. And we're gonna have a surprise. There you go. Isn't that awesome? The universe blessed us with another presence today.
I just need to shut you down. Hold on.
You're shutting us down. Damn.
No.
No. Okay. Hi, guys.
No.
Well, I was getting feedback.
What's going on in Denver, Colorado?
Oh, what's going?
There you go.
Said nothing's going on. She said deuce.
See, this is the universe working. You manifested it, Gail. You shut us down.
Oh, touche. Well, I didn't shut us down.
See how fast that works?
But so here's the thing. I think this is where I've come to understand something about you and I and the difference, which isn't good or bad, right or wrong, but very different. I don't want, like, I if I'm observing everything, yes, I can sit there in pure bliss. But that's not why I came into this experience in life. So why the fuck am I going to do that? I'm going to engage and I'm going to just do the dance and quite frankly, have a really good time doing it. And so that I think is where we differ, Yanko, is you're like, oh, I'm going to just sit in a bus station and connect with everybody, but just sit there and be blissed out and watch. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. You get to totally have that experience. And yet I'm going to jump in and do me and just feel the need to engage in the story or the character or the fun.
Well, when you're part of the story, you're not out of the story. You're just moving with the story. So it's not like I'm not reacting and I'm like uh, like a lamppost that just sits and watches the people go. That's not how it is. Not at
I had to
all.
switch to Chrome and I don't hear you. So
Oh, we hear you.
You hear us?
there. Do I hear you now?
I can hear you, beautiful girl.
No.
I know. This is one of the things that beauties of the software we're using. When you use it
I'm
in
gonna
the
try again.
browser, it's preferable to do Chrome. Yes.
They say I'm gonna try again, and I said, do that. Mm-mm.
But to go back to what I was saying, I'm not just existing there. I do exist here and there and everywhere. But if something moves me, then I move. But
I don't know. Can you hear
I don't
me?
have to move.
I can hear
Yes.
you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you. Isn't that strange?
I mean, maybe we're not meant to be heard, Gail. Maybe you're meant to just showcase your beautiful
So I
light.
go into tools, I go into audio.
Maybe pull off your headphone.
I'm gonna keep going.
Sure. Go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We haven't stopped hearing
I
you.
can hear you. Can you hear me?
No, but it's a beautiful thing anyway.
That's
Silence is
spreading the
golden,
news.
golden.
Yes, coming in from Denver. I'm trying to
I'm gonna
figure
put
out.
Facebook on. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So she's gonna listen to us through Facebook. That is
Genius.
ingenuitive.
Strange.
Right. Is that a
Mm.
word? Ingenuitive?
I
Innovative.
think the problem is
Innovative
in
is
my
the word I
system.
would
So
say.
keep going, guys. I'm not going to leave. I'm going to make this happen.
I'm gonna make
All right.
Keep
Make
talking.
it happen.
happen. Well, it's interesting you say that because as I'm sitting here having a good old time and I'm pondering what you said earlier, I said to you, I'm not interested. Like tomorrow, I just want to be still. I don't want to do anything but be still. And my body is begging me to be still.
How
So
interesting.
I don't know. Maybe is that what you're like? You just observe and don't want to take part in the story, and then you just like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna take part in this story because it's fun.
No, that's not how it works.
Well, elaborate.
I mean, if I'm in the story and I watch the story, there is a moment when because you're always in the story, there's the illusion that you're not in the story, but you're flipping this like perspective of like observer observed
And I allowed the sound.
and all that stuff. And there you go. Now we got a forecast. There you go.
Can you hear us?
Oh. So here's what we're going to do, honey, because the computer gods don't want me on.
Just reboot it.
I'm going to message the heck out of you. So I'll see you on Facebook.
Reboot it. Reboot it. Reboot the device. Anyways,
Or she can message us on Facebook.
that's fine. That's perfect. Make it happen.
Why are you laughing?
I have this goof feeling about this whole thing.
What's going on, Gail and MD? Yeah, no bullshit. Is it Shaman Sarkar? No, there's no R. So Shaman.
Hello.
How I'm exceptional, and how are you, my amazing friend who always sends light and love into my Facebook feed, and I super appreciate you for that.
And we appreciate people interacting with us. That makes the show super special.
I don't know where you're coming in from. Where are you coming in from? Yo no sé.
So let's go back to what you were saying.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
Oh no, you were saying it that tomorrow you're just gonna close yourself out and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
just gonna not do and be. Yeah. So
MD from Lincoln. LinkedIn? Wait, what? Uh I'm so perplexed right now. Yeah, no. All right, so just
this show, it's taking another turn today. It's so
it
awesome.
really is. So MD's fine.
Yeah.
Gail is saying from LinkedIn. No, he's on my Facebook page. Maybe he's on LinkedIn too, but I don't follow him that way.
No.
And going back to your question, yeah, I just want to be still. Like I just don't want to do anything. Nothing. Nothing.
Well,
And
think of
I've attracted in my life people who understand that. So I can share with my children, I can share with Nana, I can share with anybody. Hey, I'm not around tomorrow and I love you.
Mm,
But you know
yeah.
what? That actually brings up a good point. I was talking to an individual earlier today. So I had somebody call me, I want to say Monday, and I just haven't been inclined to call this person. And for whatever reason, this morning I woke up and I was thinking about that. And I'm like, if you think about 30 years ago, we had wall phones. So somebody would call you, they'd leave you a voice message, but you're at work or you're out grocery shopping. So you're not picking up the phone. And then maybe you don't get the message for a couple days, or you get the message, but you're putting your kids to sleep. So we 30 years ago would respond whenever we're called to respond, right? We didn't have as much of this frantic energy to, oh, I have my cell phone, you called, I need to call you back.
Yeah.
And I witness so often people coming from reaction rather than response. So for me, if I had nothing to say to this individual who called me on Monday or just didn't feel inclined to have a conversation at that time, I don't feel a need to respond. But so often I witness people make up a story about the fact that, oh, they call me, I have to call them back. But you don't. You really don't.
Well, yeah, because everything changed. I mean, you know, whatever the reason they were calling you, it could be like no needed to do anything. What if they call you to ask for your help and now the problem is solved and no longer need your help, or they wanted to ask a question but then they get the answer and now you go back but it's like, oh, too late, I needed to ask you something but now I don't know, I don't need to anymore.
Yeah,
So
exactly. But and that's the thing is just I think going with the flow is just allowing things to unfold and not making up a story about why they're happening. Even with Gail showing up and not being able to hear us, I don't know. Who knows why? I don't need to know. She doesn't need to know. You don't need to know. But so often, our conditioned behavior is making up a story. Oh my God, this isn't working. Oh, I hate technology. Oh, this is not. And then we create this frantic energy about us that never needed to exist in the first place if we didn't make up a story about it.
well, here is something interesting that make me chuckle, and especially the part I'm not Pavlov's dog to jump on notifications.
Wait, what?
Read the whole thing. I'll give you a second.
Yeah, no, I'm actually, let me see. That is so funny.
I
Yeah.
know that's why I was checking. Like I'm not like, the ding go ding ding and then you jump in your phone.
Yeah, but you and I, we see it all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm finding myself, especially more and more, leaving my phone on the charger and not really care. And somebody called, they call, like I didn't get to it. I didn't get to it, and then I get to it when I get to it. So there's no really like reason to, react that way. But
I
here you are. There you go.
I was
See, my thing comes true. Now we were matching there for a second.
That's
You were
exactly what
dark
I
and
was
I was dark.
thinking. Every time it does that, you know what I do? I look at the like frozen image of me in my eyes, and I'm like, "Ooh, I'm curious what's coming up for me in that moment because it's already passed, so I don't know."
There you go.
I know this is such a unique. I don't even know. I thought so. You live in Bangladesh. I love
Okay.
that.
Thank
I
you.
had Bangladeshian food for the first time when Bill, my children's father, he worked for somebody from Bangladesh. And it was the first time I ever ate with my hands because I was always brought up to use utensils.
No, I was gonna say something else. I was gonna say you want to eat with your legs.
Wait, what? I
You
don't
know
know what
the
I did. Why is this doing that? Okay.
oh
I was trying to just take it off, but it told me I was blocking him. I'm like, I don't want to block him. What's going on?
no the technology. But my follow up question was because that's also a program. What you just said. That was the very first time when I was eating with my hands. So I
Yeah.
had a follow up question and say, why would you eat with your legs instead then?
I mean, if I'm flexible enough, I can, but
I know, but it's just like something that you assume, and it's kind of strange and it's interesting. So yeah. Mm.
well, for me, Gail, to that thought, I'm tapped in. And so if my kids need me, I know to reach out to them. And I don't even make up a story. And I won't know I need to reach out to them. That's the thing is my kid will come to my heart. I reach out and then they're like, Mom, yeah, but I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I don't worry about reacting because if I'm needed to support, and I'm going to use my kids because obviously I'm their mom in this illusionary world, I will know when to reach out to them without knowing why I needed to reach out to them, but then the information will present itself after I've reached out to them rather than trying to control when I'm available or if they can get a hold of me and all that. Yeah, I see that so much, and yeah.
Well, it depends on the character you play. I mean, if you play that character at the moment, then the character know how to play this role. So there's no there's no need to think about it. It just happens automatically. I know.
It is being tapped in.
Think about it. So you are the one who wants to do things, right? And then, but in the same time, you or the version of you also wants to meditate and not do things. So basically, doing and not doing it's the same thing, but with a different spin on it.
Well, I mean, I think, oh, we can wait a minute. We can do that.
There
Did
you
you know
go.
that?
We can bring chat as it goes live.
I had
There
no
you go.
idea.
Wow. Okay. Bring out the whole chat. No, I think you could have, but that's usually it's a great thing to do when the chat gets really busy and you can't answer everything. So you bring it up, and it goes. Uh, so where were we going with this?
I couldn't tell you.
So we're just gonna sit.
I mean, I really could today.
I know. Uh,
So, for all of you out there, I got to tell you, this whole perimenopausal thing is fun. Nothing like getting
Mm.
your period every like week and a half, 2 weeks. And the reality is I love my man, but I also like sex. And Nana isn't about the raspberry jelly. So I'm like, guys, this perimenopausal thing is really fucking up my intimacy with Nana. So I just felt the need to share that because right now I'm feeling some type of way about being 45 years old and being in this character, as Yanko would say, and not getting a dick down, which I thoroughly enjoy. And for anybody who knows me knows that, like, hello, that's like part of my favorite persona ever. There you go. I just
Now, 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 now,
that's
now I'm perplexed. I don't know which character is that one.
that is what's coming up for me right now. And that's exactly what I have
Good.
on my heart
Yeah.
at this moment.
Well, we're glad you shared that, and hopefully somebody will find that information useful.
Or not.
It's like Yanko, it's speechless. Not that I'm speechless. I'm just like, can relate to that in any way.
Well, I'm sure Gail can in some respects.
Sure,
And
sure.
that's the thing. It's like, yesterday, it's so funny. So I'm walking to this restaurant with my friend, and tampons come out of my pocket, and they fall on the concrete floor. Now, my initial reaction was like, "Oh my God, you should be so embarrassed." I'm like, "Well, why do I have to be embarrassed?" So then I took the tampons and I stuck it in my nose, and I'm like, "Well, if you really think about it, this would be a great tool to stop a nosebleed, or." You could be like Nana and just stick them in your nose to make me laugh, which is also a tool because then it's just making me lighthearted where I could otherwise choose to be like, oh my God. So it's to your point, we always have a choice in how we want to have the experience. And going back to where I'm at in my life, I'm going to make it a lot of fun. And if it's not going to be fun, then I'm going to find a way to make it more fun.
That certainly did it, I guess.
Well, for me, it did,
What
for
was the
sure.
what was the feedback? Was there like others joining you
Here's
and
the thing. I had this conversation with an individual earlier today. So this individual was telling me that they were monitoring the amount of times their loved one says the word like because they feel that the word like fills up space and has no substance and may make them seem unintelligible, right? So what I said to this individual was, who the fuck cares if you think I'm unintelligible? So if I show up and talk about perimenopause, not getting a dick down, dropping tampons, and an individual around me feels offended or that doesn't feel comfortable for them, that's okay. I respect that about you, but I'm probably not the person you want to hang around with because that's just how I'm going to show up. And so the people that I have surrounded myself with, I definitely know when I make them feel uncomfortable. I push them past their boundaries of comfort, right? However, they're at least aware of who they hang out with enough to know that there's a high possibility that I may say something or do something that rubs their sense of comfort. And they accept me or they don't, and that's okay too. Like, I'm gonna tell you the funniest story. So I'm getting a massage. This is actually great. Oh, MD, we're glad that you enjoy our live. That makes me so happy. But I'm getting a massage the other day. And it's an open space. So it's a grease. So I have my clothes on and there's other people getting greases too. And so all of a sudden my massage therapist goes to this person getting a massage next to me, oh, do you read smut? And then goes into like this conversation about a woman doing a drive, blah, blah. And so then my massage therapist asked me, well, do you read smut? And I'm like, well, I don't really know. I don't know. And what is it? And so she's like, well, it's a book about sex. To which the woman next door who said she reads smut says, no, that's not what it is. There's sex in it, but it's like romance. And I said, oh, okay, cool. No, I really don't read smut. Fast forward 10 minutes later, I start laughing my ass off. Like, I just, because my massage therapist was working on my neck. So this is the context. And she's like, well, what's so funny? And I was like, well, I was giving Nana a blowjob earlier. And I told him, this is why I need to go to the massage therapist, because I need her to rub out my neck so I can last longer. And the room, like, just silent. And I stopped and I said, well, see, this is why I don't read smut, because I have it in my head and I just role play it out in the real world. But I may have offended people, that's true, or I didn't. I don't know, but I had a good time.
Sure, I see how that can be funny.
It was so I mean, for me, it was funny because I even enjoyed like the dead silence, because in my mind, if we're talking about reading smut books that have like sex fantasies in it, well, wouldn't it just be better to actually partake in the experience? Well, and that's how I want to experience it. Maybe other people just enjoy reading, and that's cool too. You get to do you. I mean, I have somebody that I love very much, and I very much appreciate being energetically connected, but physically connected, and I'm going to capitalize on that experience to the fullest.
Sure.
Let's see
I
what
mean,
Gail has to say. I adore you too, Gail.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not for the faint of heart, people. I'm not. Well, you know, I truly believe.
Well, that's just the character that you think you're playing. You're playing that way, because like everything has to be different. I mean, you can't have
Yes,
everything the
Gail,
same.
100%. Although I've done some crazy cuckoo banana pants. I've done some stuff. I've done some.
We get that vibe from you. So.
You know what? Like, going back to this whole, I watched Deepak Chopra had me laughing the other day because a clip came up and he was like, even the gurus are trying to out guru each other. And it's true.
Of course. Yeah.
And for me, I just want to have a good time. And
I mean, that's
what I realized. So I've shared openly because I tell you everything. I tell everybody everything clearly. I mean, but sometimes I get frustrated with these conversations. It just feels it's like, who fucking cares? Like, I get it. I'm in a character, and like, to talk about it is like, then it takes me out of the fun of being in the character. And that's really where I exist. Like, I'm not in this conditioned mind where I feel controlled by the narratives and stuff. I know it's all whatever is within me that I want to experience. But sometimes it's like, it becomes like, it actually feels unjoyful to like beat a dead horse about the thing that I already know, because now I'm in this frustrated character who's like, why do I need to understand it in the first place? And I do believe that our thinking mind gets us, for me, I can't speak for you or anybody else, that actually lowers my vibration. I am a thinker. I am logical. I was okay. I have in my past been driven by logic to get to my experience that I'm having now. And because of that, I don't always want to have that experience. I just want to just exist and do whatever the fuck feels good for me in the moment and keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you cannot not exist. I mean, the mind comes in the way, and in speaking of gurus, like this is something that people think about. Like they think that there's some kind of different or anyway, but you're just having a different perspective. And I think when they realize that they're part of the game, they're here in the game to play the game, then they can have fun with the game and not smart each other or pull their legs, pull pranks in each other and make it more fun.
Well, and that's the thing is earlier when I blacked out and I look at my eyes, I love looking. There's just certain people I know. Like the Dalai Lama, if you look at the gleam in his eye, you can tell he's a prankster, man. I would bet my bottom dollar on it. He's like, he
Yeah,
gets it. He's fun.
yeah,
Desmond Tutu, they have this jokester gleam in their eye.
yeah. Like the kids, they wanna like pull your leg. They're coming and they do some
100%.
kind of
And that
crazy stuff.
Deepak Chopra has it. Like, and that's where I gravitate toward people who have that gleam in their eye, because even if I offend their senses, and I'm sure, like, because they have different perspectives, I might, they also get that I'm just doing what feels good for me, and I can have an appreciation for that. And that's all. And not that I really care. Like, again, going back to yesterday when I was in a lot of dense energy and people were having these experiences and I was watching it unfold, really, I just sat there in deep gratitude for the fact that I was able to become self-aware enough to realize that I didn't have to do that dance anymore unless I wanted to, and then examine whether it felt right for me. I was like, kind of like the tampon example, right? I could be embarrassed, right? That's like what we're taught. Oh my God, you can't talk about your period, or you have to wear a bra to get your boobies up in the air. Or you could be like, why not? Why can't I? And then how could I make this so I have a good time while doing it? And that's, how I kind of roll.
Yeah. I won't say that I wrong because there's no other way not to roll. It's you exist until you move on from this to something else.
So yesterday, Nana and I decided, Nana decided and I tagged along to go to Spirit Halloween. Best time ever. So I had a Shrek hat on, I had a donkey hat on, and then we had a sword fight. And that is truly, I mean, to Gail's point, let the games begin. Like, just show up and do what you're inspired to do. See, I'm Shrek. Oh, you can't really see this.
No, it's okay. It comes
It
in
was
focus. It takes a little bit.
it was a good time.
Yeah,
And I love
but
it, Gail. Let the
but
games begin.
but yeah, to that point, you don't like. I don't think those are all ideas that people get about people that are on some kind of journey. They think they're in a journey, or the character is in a journey that's going somewhere and it's coming somewhere, and it's coming going, and when they realize that there's nowhere to go. Then you're like, let's see what we can do to make it a little more fun. Because even when you sit and you meditate. You don't meditate. Well, the you thinks he's meditating, but there is unrest going and some other things until it's off. And when it's off, then there's just pure bliss and you just exist.
Yeah, it's nothingness.
Yeah. So, but to your point, when you do that, you come back with a different understanding or a different perspective. It's like going to a movie that you haven't seen before, and after you watch the movie, you go like, "Well, that was kind of interesting. I didn't expect this to happen," or you go like, "Wow, that was total waste of time." So it's kind of the same thing. You think you're going in a journey, but then there's no going because there's no you. That's the other thing when you figure it out. Um,
Well, here I'm gonna bring up something controversial. This might piss people off, but I mean, that's what I'm called to do. There is no us, and I think that when we cause harm to another, we cause harm to ourselves. And right now over social media, I don't even follow the news, but there's such
there,
a controversial narrative going around about right, wrong, good, bad, just, unjust. And for my perspective, it's not for me to judge another person's journey. It really isn't. Now, I do once in a while because I'm human, but I work to catch myself and ask myself, how do I know? How do I know? I have no idea what that person has experienced, what's formed their perspectives, and so as I watch this play unfold, right? And we know it's a play, these characters, I I just can't help but be fascinated by the fact that people don't realize that by causing harm to one, they're causing harm to the collective. And I do believe that. Like, I feel like that if I hurt somebody else, I'm hurting myself. The law of science shows like force is always going to create an opposite and equal force. And we're always going to experience what we send out. And so why send that out? I would rather stand in a position of like curiosity and just intrigue rather than trying to make something right or wrong, What are you you typing?
yeah.
Oh, I love it. Evidently, I bring out the trolls on YouTube, guys. Hi, how are you? Thank you for sharing in this energetic exchange. I'm really grateful for it. It's totally up to you.
You tell me.
Well, you brought it up, so you're the one who clearly is called to be engaged in it.
Yeah. Um, I'm just gonna share this. Let me see if I can full screen myself. You can still hear it, see it, and this is what I got so far. After you got a cat smiley face after the comment, which I might not share or share. So yeah.
I don't get it.
Oh, you didn't see it? Well, no, I
No,
didn't
I
put the
did.
comment. Do you want me
Blood,
to put the comment?
plotting, and escape.
Oh, that's the nickname.
Listen, I'm all about transparency.
Okay,
So
there you go.
I
All
am
right, all right,
aware
all right.
that
I'm bringing it in. I'm bringing it in. Watch.
I just gonna say I'm fully aware that I don't
All right.
align with a lot of
Here,
people's
here, here,
perspectives.
here. This is the comment.
Oh, I actually think they smell pretty good. I will say though, I dated a person with a foot fetish, and that was really weird because having somebody lick in between my toes was bizarre. It just felt slimy, and I'm a texture person, so it wasn't my jam at all. But I do have really pretty feet, and since
Come on, come on.
I don't care, Yanko, you just don't even know. Please, guys, we take ourselves entirely too seriously. We really do. Life is too short. And I will say I really like my feet. Like, so for the listening audience who might be like, this conversation is way bizarre, and it is, because it's for no particular reason. There was a time when I hated myself. Like, I thought everything about me was a waste of space and just didn't serve me, right? When I learned that I needed to, well, okay, for me, I chose to think about things I really liked about myself. My eyes were one of them. So even when I didn't like myself, I would affirm my eyes, and I affirmed my feet, man, because I have pretty feet. Like, to me, they're symmetrical, they're little and cute. When I wear open-toed shoes, they make me happy. I have this beautiful color on them right now. I like my feet.
Where did this conversation
Are you
gone?
so glad you're friends with me, Yanko? I'm saying.
uh, uh, totally not judgmental. I just don't know where this will go, and clearly it goes different ways every time.
I mean, if you're gonna ask the question, be prepared for a response. That's, I mean, going back to like the massage and asking me about whether I read smut, like, ask the question, but just know if you
You might
ask
not
me
like the
the
answer,
question,
yeah.
you're gonna get an answer.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Uh,
I listen, I had somebody who I'm very close with ask me permission. This is a family member. I won't say where they exist. And they said, "Would you support me if I sold pictures of my feet on, what is it, OnlyFans or fans on whatever?" I said, "Hell yeah, girl! If you making money off your toes, do you, boo?
sure,
Why am I
yeah,
gonna
to
judge
you.
that? Hell, that if that makes you happy, I fully support it.
There you go.
A
I
hundred,
mean, I mean that's totally being not judgmental though. Yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, what do I care? Do no harm. I said this before. I really believe do no harm is to honor yourself, and honoring yourself. I'm never going to. I don't want to say never, but it will never be my intention to harm another individual. But I also am always going to honor my soul and what unfolds in this current moment.
yeah. Change of energy.
I'm just, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So we're getting close to an hour. Should we cut it off, or
We
do we have
can't
anything else? Yeah, I don't know.
have
But
anything else.
nothing comes to mind. Um, yeah,
Yeah, something does come to mind for the listening audience, guys. We exist in pure love. So love is truth. It just is, it's truth. It comes up, it measures at a higher frequency. And so I encourage all of you to ask yourself, am I coming from a place of love, or am I coming from a place of fear, conditioning, control, judgment? And you can even test it using kinesiology, muscle testing. But I only say that because when you start to give yourself permission to really get curious about what is driving your responses, what's driving your actions, what's driving your habits, you start to give yourself permission to be more powerful when you choose love. And there are times when I still choose fear or whatever, but I know I weaken myself. I make an informed choice and I weaken myself. And I also know that I am responsible for the repercussions of showing up in that choice. And so I laugh. I even find joy in experiencing the fact that, well, I chose a different energy. And as a result, that energy is going to come back to me. And so my loving advice for you today is maybe just consider how you show up, and do you show up in joy? Because if you're joy filled and happy, you know, like really overflowingly abundant, you're probably showing up in love. And if you feel ick, sticky, and meh, you're probably showing up in fear. And so maybe you want to have a new experience. That's all I
Mm.
got, Yanko.
I don't have nothing. I just kind of like nothing. So
Nothing. Well, Gail,
nothing.
I no longer feel responsible for, yeah, you and me both, girlfriend. I feel that so hard. Like I actually sent Yanko my book cover, and he's like, "Oh, do you want advice?" And I was like, "I mean, you can give me it, but I'm still gonna put the book cover out exactly the way I want to." And it just is like I get to have my experience, and Yanko gets to have his, and we can exist in love for each other while being in completely different experiences, and that's okay. So until next time, Gail, thank you as always for jumping in and being you and showing up as you. And Yanko, thank you for being a soul brother of mine who definitely expands my insight and my capacity. And for the listening audience, thank you for joining. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you all for joining us every Friday, giving us some feedback, some questions, some things to ponder on, and we enjoy doing those for you guys. So, yeah, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.
You shall. You
Mhm.
shall see me next Friday.